Okay, walang nagsabing recording. Hey, welcome guys sa subject natin for today, review mathematics, and today we will be discussing solid geometry. Okay, so based from our lesson last week, solid geometry will deal with yung three-dimensional shapes natin. Okay, so what are our learning objectives for this session? First is strengthen natin yung knowledge sa solid geometry. And next is enhanceability ng pag-analyze ng problem natin in solid geometry. Okay? As the same as nung plane geometry natin, yung mga formulas ay hindi ko na-include dun sa PowerPoint ko. What will I do is just uh, provide with you yung copy ng formula for plane geometry and solid geometry on a separate upload or ano na lang, attachment uh, dun sa lesson natin. Okay? So, ngayon yung concept lang yung di-discuss natin, then solve tayong example problems. Okay? So, let's start. So, sa content natin, ano yung topics na i-cover natin for solid geometry? So, we have yung tatawag natin polyhedrons, we have prisms, we have prismatoid, and we have sphere. Okay? So, ano daw ba yung mga yan? So, let's start with polyhedrons. So, polyhedron daw is a solid whose faces are plane polygons. So, 2D shape yung ating faces kapag polyhedron. So, the term polyhedron comes from the Greek word poly meaning many and hedron for base or face. And in solid geometry, we have 5 regular polyhedrons. So meaning equal lagi yung length ng sides kaya regular polyhedron siya. O tatawag natin mga platonic solids natin. So named after Plato, no? Ito yung mga 5 regular polyhedrons natin. We have tetrahedron, hexahedron, octahedron, dodecahedron, and icosahedron. Okay? So kung yes, you guessed it right, mula dun sa name nila, dun nagmamatter yung number of faces niya. Okay? Kung ilan yung face na meron siya. So, anong itsura ng mga yan? So, yan. So, we have tetrahedron na tayong 4 face. Yung base niya dun sa back ng figure and then itong tatlong to. So, we have 4 faces, 4 vertices. We have yung hexahedron. So, yung cube natin. Hexa meaning 6. So, imagine nyo yung dice natin. May 6 sides siya. So, kaya hexahedron. So, 6 faces. Then, meron siyang 8 vertices. Then we have octahedron, meaning 8 faces tayo. So yung back nitong figure na to is also 4 faces, giving it a total of 8 faces, kaya octa. Then we have dodecahedron. So 6 faces yung presented. So yung back nun is another 6. So we have 12 faces. Then we have icosahedron, meaning 20 faces. So presented is 20 faces. Then another 10 faces yung presented, then another 10 face dun sa likod niya, kung i-imagine niya. Okay? And then we have yung cylinder. Okay? So cylinder is part of a tatawag natin prismatoid, no? So later define natin prismatoid. Kasi cylinder is a solid bounded by a closed cylindrical surface, yung face niya, no, yung lateral surface niya, and 2 parallel planes. Okay? So we have right cylinder and oblique cylinder. Difference lang niya, kapag right cylinder, yung cylindrical surface natin o yung mismong yung surface ng cylinder natin is perpendicular din sa base natin. As you can see here on the figure on the left, yan, naka 90 degree siya. And then oblique cylinder tayo if the given angle is not 90 degrees or naka-slant siya. Okay? So, hindi 90 degrees yung angle with the base of the cylinder. Okay? And in cylinder, ano yung formulang ginagamit natin? So, sa cylinder or in general, minsan, para makuha natin yung volume ng mga gantong cases, we have yung volume is equals to kung ano man yung area ng base times natin dun sa height niya. Okay? And then for cylinder, we have anong klase ng base. Usually, we have circle, no? So, ang area ng base natin is equals ng area ng circle. And we know na area ng circle is equals to pi r squared. Okay? Kapag given a radius, and then when we have a given diameter, that will be pi over 4d squared. Okay. So, yan po yung formula natin. Giving our volume formula for cylinder with circular base, uh, that will be pi r squared h. Okay. Or v is equals to pi over 4 d squared h. Depende sa given kung diameter or radius siya. Okay. Next, we have yung cone. Okay. So, pinaka-typical example natin is the one we are using sa ice cream, no? So, a solid bounded by a conical surface whose directrix is closed curve and a plane base which cuts all the element. Okay? So, meron siyang base, ibig sabihin. So, meron siyang base and then meron siyang slanting na face, no? Yung lateral surface natin, the surface natin is slanting, uh, meeting at a common point dito sa top, which is ito. Okay? Yung common vertex natin sa kanya. And kapag halimbawa nag-pass through tayo ng plane sa kanya, okay? Yan, nag-chop tayo, may ma-form tayong yung plane ko. So, yan, halimbawa nag-cut tayo ng plane. Okay, so let's say yan yung plane natin. Yan, may form tayong another shape sa kanya, which is yan, frustum na po yung tawag natin sa kanya. Nag-pass through tayo ng plane sa kanya, no? And the frustum of a cone is a portion of the cone included between the base and a section parallel to the base. So nag-pass through tayo ng plane na parallel dun sa base natin. That's why nagkameron tayo ng frustum. Okay? And si cone is meron tayong formula sa kanya. Formula natin kay cone is, yung general formula natin is volume is equals to, since slant yung side niya, is 1/3 area ng base times height. Okay? So, depende kung anong size, kung anong shape yung ating base. So, for this one, circular din siya. So, this will be 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay? Para sa cone. Then, kung yung frustum, meron din tayong formula sa kanya na gagamitin, na ang general formula niya is given by h over 3 times area nung base 1 plus area ng base 2 plus square root ng area ng base 1, area ng base 2. So which is 1, which is 2. So ito si AB1, ito si AB2. Okay? So kunin nyo lang daw yung areas ng mga bases natin. Then follow natin yung formula. We can get the area of the frustum. Okay? Pero later on, kapag halimbawa nasa prismatoid na tayo, merong single formula na pwedeng gamitin pang derive kung paano makukuha yung volume na value natin using one general formula lang. And then kapag yun yung ginamit natin, pwede natin ma-solve yung mga iba't ibang shapes natin using that particular formula lang. No? Depende na lang sa inyo if you will be using that one or magme-memorize kayo ng mga formula ng iba't ibang volume ng iba't ibang shape. No? Depende sa siguro sa situation kung saan mas mapapadali. No? Next, we have a pyramid. So si pyramid is a polyhedron with one face called the base, na polygon siya of any shape or any number of side. And then yung kanyang faces are all triangles meeting at a common vertex. Okay? So, meaning kaya pyramid tawag sa kanya, laging lahat ng faces niya are triangle, no? So, no matter kung anong size ng polygon mo sa base, kung halimbawa pentagon yung base mo, basta alam mo yung faces niya around that are all pyramids meeting at a common point na tatawag natin vertex, no? So, ito yun. And then also, when we pass through a plane sa kanya, no? So, yung form tayong frustum ulit, no? So, yung shape na yan, ayan po yan. Okay? And si frustum is, meron tayong parallel ulit, may plane parallel, may plane may passing plane tayo na parallel dun sa base natin. Okay? And also, yung formula na gagamitin natin dito is V is equals to 1/3 area ng base times height. So, dito yung area ng base is depending dun sa size natin o whatever polygon na meron tayo. So, kung pentagon, ikunin mo yung area ng pentagon before using the formula for volume. And then for the volume of a frustum, same formula din tayo. H over 3 AB1 AB2 plus square root of AB1 times AB2. Okay? Ayan. So, same lang din. And ito pa din po sa AB1 and AB2. Okay? Next. We have yung prismatoid na tinatawag natin kanina. So, sa prismatoid is a polyhedron having two polygons in parallel planes as bases. Okay? So, ito yung parallel base na yun. Okay? So, magkapantay sila. No? Parallel. Okay? So, tapos yung faces natin, it's either triangular or trapezoidal lateral surfaces. So, lateral, ibig sabihin, nag-slant siya, no? And yung one side daw ng lateral surface na yon, so halimbawa ito yung isa sa surfaces natin, yung one side niya is naka-connect dun sa isang base natin and yung other side is naka-connect dun sa other base natin. So yun yung meaning nung definition ng prismatoid, no? So si cylinder, si pyramid, si cone are all uh, underlying siya ng prismatoid, no? Okay. And then we have yung sphere. So we are already familiar with sphere kasi sa spherical trigonometry. Pero now we will be passing again a plane through the sphere. And kapag nag-pass through tayo ng dalawang plane, dapat, halimbawa, nag-pass through tayo ng dalawang plane sa kanya. Halimbawa, ito yung first plane, then ito yung second plane. And mabubuo daw tayong segment sa kanya, which is tinatawag nating zone. Okay? And then we also have this one, kapag yung zone natin, ayan. So, siya ay portion of the surface of the sphere. Again, surface lang yung pinag-uusapan natin dito included between parallel lines. So, surface lang tayo, hindi kasama yung volume niya sa loob. Okay? So, same dito, surface lang, yung laman niya sa loob dito. So, area lang yung makukuha natin kapag sa zone. Okay? Then, we have spherical segment. So, sa spherical segment, yan yung solid na mismo. So, may volume na tayo pag segment tayo. So, sa spherical segment, yung zone natin, kasama na yung laman niya sa loob. Okay? So, kabuuan na siya. So, parang pag nag-cut ka ng watermelon sa isang portion, yung nakat mong portion, yun yung buong volume na kailangan mo. Yung spherical sector is yung itsura niya is parang meron tayong conical dito na portion and then meron tayong kabuuan nung length natin. Kumbaga kung halimbawa sa 3-dimensional tayo, ang sector natin dati is ito lang, no? Kung parang isang slice ng pizza. Ngayon yung isang slice na pizza na yon, parang ni-revolutionize mo and then kinuha mo yung buong volume niya dun sa sphere, no? So itong kabuuan na to, yung shaded portion ng sphere is a spherical sector na composing ng mga properties niya. Okay? Hindi ko pala nabigay mga formula. No? So, later na lang kung gagamitin natin sa problem, bibigay ko yung formula. Again, I will be providing also a list of formulas na pwedeng reference nyo for the other shapes na hindi natin mag-discuss dun sa problem. Okay? And then, we have yung spherical pyramid. So, spherical pyramid, parang katulad ng mga nung sinasolve natin, spherical triangles natin, no? So, yun na nga yun. Okay? So, whose elements are the edges from the vertices of the base of the center of the sphere. Okay? And then, spherical wedge is kapag nag-slice tayo ng bawa ng watermelon again. Yung sliced portion na yun, na merong 2 half-rate circles is what we call a spherical wedge. Okay? So, I think that's it for our conceptual part. Now we will go dun sa ating problem solving. Okay? So I think I prepared 5 example for this one. Isayin na lang natin. Okay? So we have this one, the ratio of the volume to the lateral area of a right circular cone is 2 is to 1. If the altitude is 15 centimeter, what is the ratio of the slant height to the radius? Okay? So we have, meron daw tayong right circular cone. Okay? So, bawa ito yung base ng cone natin. Okay? So, yeah. So, halimbawa yan yung cone natin. Okay? So, meron tayong given na altitude. Okay? So, si altitude is given as 8 is equals to 15 cm. Okay? And then, ratio daw nung volume ng cone over yung lateral area natin is equals to 2 is to 1. Okay? Pinapahanap is yung ratio ng slant height to the radius. Okay? So, ito yung radius natin. Then, itong vertical line natin is yung ating h. So, slant height natin is itong portion na to. Okay? So, yung hypotenuse natin. Okay? So, tawagin natin siyang S for slant height. So, kailangan natin yung value niya. So, sa books, ang formula ng lateral area is equals to pi r times S. Okay? Again, this is naka-present na tong formula. Okay? So, hindi ko na-explain yung kung saan siya nakuha, kung paano siya nag-derive. Okay? And then for the volume, okay? Sa volume ng cone, we have yung 1/3 area ng base times height. Okay? So, kailangan calculate natin yan. So, ang base natin is a circle. So, we have pi r squared times h. Okay? So, volume ng cone natin will be 1/3 pi. Wala naman tayong radius, so r squared times yung h natin na 15. Okay? Later ka nalagyan ng unit. So, we have 5 pi r squared. So, yun yung volume of cone natin. So, substitute natin yung given. So, we have 5 pi r squared as volume ng cone. And then we have lateral area of pi rs is equals to 2 over 1. Okay? Cancel out natin yung pwede cancel. Yung r, may matitirang isa sa taas. So, we have 5r over s is equals to 2 over 1. Okay? Ngayon, cross multiply tayo, we have 5r is equals to 2s. Ang kailangan natin is ratio ng slant height to radius. So, slant height over radius ang hinahanap natin. Okay? So, gawin natin, divide natin both side by 2 para mawala yung 2 sa right side, and then divide natin both side by r para mawala yung sa r. We have s over r, which is conveniently yung hinahanap natin, is equals to 2.5. So, meaning yung ratio ng slant height to the radius of the given regular cone or right circular cone is 2.5. Okay? Okay tayo dito. Okay?
Sir, medyo umina po yung mic niyo sa.
Nalaglag pala yung mic. Okay, so okay tayo dito. Okay, so balikan nga natin yung sa prismatoid. Dapat pala may discuss ako sa prismatoid. Okay. So sa prismatoid, meron tayong formula for volume sa kanya. Okay? So ang formula ng volume ng prismatoid is equals to h over 6 a1 plus a2 plus 4am. Okay? Ano yung mga variable na yan? So yung h natin is pertaining dun sa distance between dun sa bases natin, no? Yung height natin. Okay, so yung h. Si A1 is yung area ng base 1. Si A2, area ng base 2. And si AM is yung middle part nung Yan. So, assume yung middle yan. So, yan yung AM natin. So, yung distance niya from the first base or the lower base is just half nung ating um, mismong height. Okay? So, itong formulang ito yung general formula na pwede niyong tandaan para makalculate yung volume ng other shapes natin. Kapag halimbawa nalimutan nyo yung formula para sa volume ng cone, volume ng pyramid, volume ng cylinder, no? So, paano natin gagamitin yan? So, mag-insert ako ng new paper. Halimbawa sa cylinder, no? Limutan natin yung formula ng cylinder. Pero alam natin yung formula ng prismatoid. Okay? Plus 4am. So, cylinder natin, we have ah, meron tayong circle, okay, as base. Okay, so, we have ito yung height niya. Okay. Ito yung A1 natin again. Ito yung A2. And then yung A3, AM natin is somewhere dun sa gitna niya. Okay. AM. So yung height nito is H over 2. Okay. So applying this sa formula, yung A1 natin is anong formula ng A1? So that is a circle. So pi r squared tayo. So kung given yung r, yun yung value niya, r. A2, so yung taas, same din, circle, and same din ng radius natin do sa A1. So this is also pi r squared. Since si AM is within din dun sa cylinder natin, so yung area niya will be the same na pi r squared din. Okay? So substituting yung value na yan dun sa given natin na formula ng prismatoid, we have pi r squared plus pi r squared plus 4 pi r squared. Okay? So volume natin is equals to h over 6. We have 6 pi r squared. Cancel natin. We have volume is equals to pi r squared h, which is ito yung present kong formula kanina for volume ng cylinder. Okay? Again, using the formula for prismatoid, we are able to get yung volume ng cylinder. Okay? Next, for cone, halimbawa, for cone, okay, so ito si cone natin. Okay, so ang A1 natin is ito, A2 natin is this point. Ang AM natin is yung nasa gitna niya. Okay? Assume nyo na lang na ano yun, straight yun. Yeah. So this is our H. This is H over 2, H over 2. Okay? So using again the formula for prismatoid volume, so A1 plus A2 plus 4AM. Okay? So kunin natin si A1. Si A1 is a circle. So pi r squared tayo. A2, si A2 natin, makita natin dito, wala siyang area. Point lang siya. So si area 2 ay 0. Si AM, paano ngayon si AM? Hindi natin alam yung value ng R niya dito. Pero what we can do is to perform ratio and proportion kasi may triangle tayo dito. Okay. So yung triangle na yon, i-isolate ko. So ito yung radius ng base, tapos ito yung radius ng middle. Okay. So ito, ang distance nito is h over 2. Distance nito ay h. Okay. Pag kinuha ang ratio and proportion, R over H is equals to RM over H over 2. So cancel natin yung H. We have R is equals to 2RM o yung RM daw natin is equals sa 1/2 daw ng value ng radius. Okay? So yung area natin, so since circle din yun, pi, then R natin is 1/2 R squared. So pi R squared over 4. So yun yung AM natin. So, substituting do sa value, h natin is h over 6 times pi r squared plus 0 plus pi r squared over 4 times 4 kasi may 4 tayo dito sa, no? This will cancel out. We have volume is equals to h over 6 times 2 pi r squared. Cancel natin to, may matitirang 3. So yung volume natin for cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay? Which is the same dun sa na-calculate natin kanina. Okay? So, kumbaga, another proof lang na when using yung prismatoid formula, we can always derive yung formula natin for volume of the other shapes natin. Okay? So, for the others, you can try it out. Pero ito lang yung papakita ko yung dalawa lang. Okay? So, punta na tayo dun sa next problem natin. Okay. So, next problem is the volume of the frustum of a regular triangle pyramid is 135 cubic meters. The lower base is an equilateral triangle with an edge of 9 meters. The upper base is 8 meters above the lower base. What is the upper base edge in meters? Okay. So, meron tayong frustum, regular triangular pyramid na siya ay equilateral triangle. So, we have equilateral triangle as base, no? So, meron din tayong another, yung upper base natin na equilateral triangle din. Okay? So, pag equilateral triangle, ano natin? Ang guide natin, ibig sabihin, all sides natin are equal. So, nakalagay lower base is 9 daw yung sides natin, yung edges natin. Okay? And then, we have yung distance ng upper base to the lower base. Okay, distance nila with each other. That is 8 meters. Okay? And then we have yung given yung volume ng frustum natin na 135 cubic meters. Okay? Pinapahanap is ano yung edge natin. Upper base edge. So, x natin to, x and x. Okay? So, when dito sa pag-frustum tayo, we can use yung prismatoid formula natin. Pero ang problema, matatagalan tayo dun sa pag-derive nung mismong AM natin, no? So, merong calculator technique sa kanya, pero again, mas matatagalan siya. So, for this particular example, due to time restriction natin, gagamitin kong formula is yung formula pinasend ko kanina for first term, which is h over 3 times area ng base 1 plus area ng base 2 plus square root ng area ng base 1, area ng base 2. Okay? So, yun lang yung kailangan natin identify muna sa ngayon. Okay? So, area B1 natin o yung lower natin, anong area niya? So, we have a triangle. So, ano yung magiging angle nito? Yung triangle natin. So, since that is an equilateral triangle, ang internal angle natin is total ng triangle ay 180. No? So, di ba, n minus 1 over 360, ano nga yun? Yung 360, n minus 1, yung ating, yung para sa total ng n minus 1 times 360, yung ating, times 180 pala. Tama ba? Yung formula natin last time sa plane geometry para malaman yung internal angle natin. So, that is n minus 1 times 90 pala. 90 times n minus 1. Okay? Kaya 180 yung atin. Kasi meron tayong 3 sides. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 times 90 is 180. So, yung theta natin dito will be 180 divide natin ng 3. Okay? Or 60 kasi equal sides yan. And kapag triangle, meron tayong formula kapag meron tayong 2 sides. Okay? And included angle. Meron tayong formula last time na 1/2 yung side A, side B, tapos sine ng theta between them. Okay? So, substitute natin 1/2 9 times 9 sine 60. So, yung AB1 natin is equals to 0.5 times 9 times 9 and sine 60. So we have 35.074 meter squared. Okay? So ito yung AB1 natin. Next, AB2. AB2 is same, no? Equilateral triangle din. So yung internal angle natin is also 60 degrees. Pero hindi natin alam yung kanyang value ng sine. Okay? So pwedeng kunin lang natin yung sine 60 over 2. That is 0.433 x squared. Okay? So, gamitin natin yung formula. Volume daw natin is 135 is equals to h over 3. So, 8 over 3. Tapos times AB1 natin is 35.074 plus AB2 na 0.433 x squared plus square root ng 35.074 times 0.433 x squared. Okay? So, yung answer natin, i-cross multiply natin yung 8 over 3 or yung 3 over 8 kung sa 135. We have 50.625 equals to 35.074 plus 0.433 x squared. And then yung nasa loob ng quadratic, 35.074 times 0.433 and square root natin yon. That will be plus 3.897 x lang kasi lumabas siya ng quadratic side ng square root natin. So pag simplify natin to, this will be 0.433 x squared plus 3.897 x minus, so 50.625. So pag tinranspose natin magiging negative yon plus 35.074. Okay. So negative 15.551 is equals to 0. So since may quadratic function tayo, kailangan kunin natin yung values ng x1 and x2 natin using quadratic formula. Okay? So I leave you kung paano i-solve yung quadratic formula kasi that is already discussed dun sa ating algebra na topic. Pero papakita ko na lang siya sa calcu. Okay? Okay, so sa calcu, we have mode, equation, and then yung 3 for quadratic equation. Okay? So yung ABC, lagay mo lang yung values ng ABC mo sa quadratic. We have 0.433, then 3.897, and then negative 15.551. Okay? Upon calculation, we have value of x1 is equals to 2.9943 or almost 3.0. Then yung second value natin is negative 11.9943 for almost negative 12. Eh, since distance ng edge yung pinag-uusapan natin, kailangan hindi negative yung value natin. So therefore, our answer should be yung positive value na nakuha natin for x, which is yung 2.9943 or equivalent sa 3. Okay? Therefore, ito sinulat ko na. Ang ating sagot is yung x value na 3 yung value. Okay? So, 3 meters pala yung edges natin. Okay? Next, we have the bases of a right prism are hexagons with one of each sides equal to 6 centimeter. The bases are 12 cm apart. What is the volume of the right prism? Okay. So, right prism tayo na hexagon yung base. So, hexagon. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, 6 sides. Ay. Okay. So, yan. Kunyari ito yung ating yan yung ating hexagon. And equal to 6 cm yung sides niya. So 6 yung side niya. So all sides are 6. Isa lang yung nilagyan ko. The bases are 12 cm apart. So, yung base natin, okay, 12 cm apart. Pinapanap is si volume. Okay? And kapag ganito, same nung ating cylinder, ang volume natin is area ng base times yung height natin. Okay? And ano yung base natin? Ang base natin is a hexagon, no? Kailangan kunin muna natin yung area ng hexagon. Okay. Pa-isolate natin. Drawing tayo ng hexagon. Okay? So, meron tayong 6. So, ano yung pwede nating mas calculate kapag hexagon yung pinag-uusapan natin or kapag shape ng base. So, sabihin itong mga side na yan, kailangan kunin natin yung theta. Okay? And yung side na to, kapag makakapag-create tayo dito ng anong klaseng triangle. So, let's check. So, check natin yung theta, yung central angle ng bawat shape natin kasi makapag-create tayo ng maliliit na triangle, di ba? Para ma-simplify yung area ng hexagon. So, we have para makuha yung theta is equals to 360 kasi central angle yun. Again, central angle is below kaya 360. Okay? Kailangan lang natin yung side na yon. So, kung ilan yung number ng side, i-divide mo lang siya. So, 360 divide 6, that is theta is equals to 60. Okay? And from experience kanina, kapag 60 yung side na to, okay? And alam natin na itong value na to is the same. Okay? So, ibig sabihin meron tayong 60 x tapos 6. Okay? Para makuha si x, apply natin si cosine law. Okay? So, nagko-combine na yung concept natin, no? Wait lang, usin natin to. Ayan. So, yung area yung cosine law muna tayo. So, we have 6 squared is equals to x squared plus x squared minus 2x times x cosine of 60. Okay? So, pag sinimplify natin yan, 2 times cosine 60, cosine 60 is 0.5 times 2, magiging 1. So, 1x squared. So, this will be 6 squared is equals to 2x squared minus x squared, or x squared is equals to 6 squared, or x natin is equals to 6. So, ibig sabihin, equilateral triangle nga siya. Okay? So, once na meron na tayo nun, kunin natin yung area ng base. Ang area ng base natin will be yung area natin ng triangle times natin ng 6. Okay? Kasi 6 triangles yun. So, we have 6 times yung area natin. Pag meron tayong triangle na ganyan, we can use yung 1/2 x. Yung value ng x natin, which is 6, times 6 sine of 60. Okay? So, this will be 6 times 6 times sine 60 times 6 divide 2. Okay, so that is 93.531. Okay? So yung volume natin will be equals to 93.531 times yung 12 cm natin. So this is cm squared. Okay, let me check na lang ang calculation. Divide times 6. So, gawin ko tong rational, no? Gawin ko may radical sign para eksakto. 54 square root of 3. Okay? Okay, so yung volume natin will be 54 square root of 3 times lang ng 12. So that will be our volume, which is 1,122.369 cubic centimeter. Okay. So ito yung hinahanap nating volume for the given problem. Okay? Question po? Okay, next. Find the volume of a cone to be constructed from a sector having a diameter of 72 centimeter and a central angle of 150 degrees. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Find the volume of a cone to be constructed from a sector. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, from a two-dimensional object, so ito yung 2D natin, meron tayong sector na ikakat, kumbaga gugupitin, no? After natin gupitin, i-form natin siya as cone, no? Pinapahanap sa atin ano yung magiging volume ng cone na yon once na kinat na natin yung portion na yon. Okay? Yung portion na to. Okay? So, doon sa dimension natin, may given tayong diameter na 72. So, divide lang natin by 2. So, meron tayong radius na 36. Okay? And yung central angle natin is 150. Okay? So, paano natin makukuha yung volume ng cone natin? Okay? Um, okay, so, kung iano natin, yung cone na magagawa natin, ito yung itsura, no? Nababa, ito yan. Okay? So, hindi natin alam yung magiging values niya. Alam natin ito yung R natin na 36. Okay? Hindi natin alam yung height niya. Okay? Hindi pa natin alam yung height. Okay? Hindi natin alam yung magiging radius ng base ng cone natin. Okay? So, tawagin natin X na lang tong side na to. Okay? So, para makuha natin yung value nitong side na to, itong portion na to, itong portion na to, ito yung circumference na yan. Okay? Equal yan dito. Tama ba? Para makuha natin yung value nito, kailangan yung value ng circumference ng circle natin, okay? I-minus natin, yung circumference ng circle natin equal siya dun sa mali. Yung kailangan nating circumference is yung sa itong length na to. Kailangan natin itong length na to. So mula dun sa circle natin, tawagin ko tong C. Okay? So C natin will be equals dun sa yung kabuuan ng circle natin, tawag kong C total, ma-minus natin yung circumference ng base na ma-form natin. Okay? So that will be circumference niya is kung may x tayo doon na radius, that is 2 pi x. Okay? So yung sa C, sa sector natin, may formula tayo for sector na length niya na S. S is equals to R theta. Okay? So kung whatever yung value niya, so R theta is equals dun sa total circumference natin, which is 2 pi R ng circle, minus 2 pi x natin. Okay? So, substitute natin yung values. We have 36 times 150. Si 150 is naka-degrees, kailangan natin gawing radian. So, ang conversion natin is 180 degrees tapos pi. Okay? Equals to 2 pi times 36 minus 2 pi x. Okay? So, upon solving sa calcu, ano yung magiging value ng x? So, we have 36 times 150 times pi over 180. Okay? So, sabihin 2 times 30, yung sa 72 pi minus yung answer na yon, divide natin ng 2 pi. So, that is 21 centimeters. Okay? So, meron tayong nakuha 21 centimeters na value kay x. Pero hindi yan yung kailangan natin. Kailangan natin is volume. So, 1/3 na area ng base, which is pi x squared times yung height natin. So volume is equals to 1/3 pi 21 squared times yung h natin. So h natin wala pa tayong value. So by ratio and proportion or by Pythagorean theorem rather, 36, 21. So ang h natin will be equals kay 36 squared is equals to h squared plus 21 squared. So h squared is equals to 36 squared minus 21 squared. So h will be equals to 36 squared minus 21 squared. Square root nun, that is 29.24. So 29.24 cm. So volume natin will be times 21 squared times pi. Then divide natin by 3. So we have volume is equals to 13,503.622 cubic centimeter. Okay? So ito yung answer natin sa kanya. Okay? Then for the last one, tapusin ko lang, no? The volume of a water in a spherical tank having a diameter of 4 meters is 5.236 cubic meter. Determine the depth of the water in the tank. Okay? So meron tayong spherical tank. So ito daw yung tank natin. Okay. And so let's say spherical yan. And then having diameter of 4, so may diameter to. So radius natin ay 2. And then ang volume daw ng water. So meron tayong water sa kanya. So and let's say yan. So volume ng water is 5.236 cubic meter. Determine the depth of the water. So pinapahanap is itong height natin of the tank. Okay? So kapag sa spherical ano natin, sa spherical segment natin, may formula si textbook na volume is equals to 1/3 pi h squared times 3r minus h. Okay? Yung r natin is kung ano yung radius ng sphere natin. Okay? So, may given tayong volume ng water. Okay? Ang wala sa atin is si height. So, para makuha natin yung formula, substitute lang natin. 5.236 is equals to 1/3 pi. H is unknown. Then 3 times yung value ng r natin, ng sphere, minus h. Okay? Then simplify natin to. So we have 5.236 times 3, divide natin ng pi. And here, para 5.236 times 3 over pi. Okay, so we have 5 is equals to 6h squared minus h cubed. Okay, so we have h cubed tama ba to? So pi r squared so h cubed is equals to, di ba makalculate kay ship solve to? Try natin kay ship solve kasi magpe-perform pa pala to ng ano. So equals 1/3 pi h squared times 3 times 2 minus h. So value ng yeah. So upon solving ng ship solve, okay, i-ano ko na lang to. 5.236 equals to pi over 3 h squared times 6 minus h. Okay? So, pag sinolve natin sa calcu, the value ng h will be equals to 1.0 meters. Okay? So, upon shift solve, yung value ng h natin is 1 meters. Kasi magiging cubic function yung atin. So para mahanap yung value ng h, you need to trial and error. So kaya solve ko na lang. Okay? So yan yung para sa question number 5. Okay? So this ends our lecture for today regarding solid geometry. Do you have any question?
So, i-upload nyo po yan sa inyong YouTube channel.
Yes, yes.
Sige po, thank you po.
Okay, so